Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with a new recording of Shostakovich Symphonies Numbers 5 and 9, featuring Jaap van Zweden and the Hong Kong Philharmonic Orchestra on Naxos. It's okay. It's not great. The ninth is better than the fifth. I'm still a little bit at a loss for the appeal of this guy. I know he's done some good things. He has done some good things, no question about that. But, he's sort of all over the place in terms of repertoire and his rather failed tenure at the New York Philharmonic. And I don't know what he does really well. I haven't got him figured out yet. I wonder if he knows what he does very well. The Shostakovich Ninth is very nicely done. It really is. Especially, the scherzo is insane. It's marvelous. The slow movement isn't too slow. The finale is really, really peppy. It's a good performance. The low brass and that short fourth movement, with the bassoon sort of recitative between them, they're really good. They're really good in both symphonies. They're one of the best things this orchestra has. The trombones and tuba, the low brass section. Everyone else, well, they're okay. Okay, but, not like spectacular. Now, the problem with the Shostakovich Fifth is this. As you know, the Shostakovich Fifth can be played sort of one of two ways: as a normal, triumphant, tragedy to happiness symphony, a victory symphony, or as an ironic comment on a victory symphony, which is a different thing. It has to do with tempo and how you handle tempo. And this is just a tepid performance. It's neither fish nor fowl. Really, it doesn't go either way. It has very little passion and quick tempos, especially the first movement, which is marked moderato. And I admire the fact that he takes it in a moderato, but it doesn't build to anything. That's really the problem with it. It's not bad. It's just not powerful enough. It really isn't. The scherzo is okay. The slow movement, the largo, is really rather quick for a largo. And it lacks that sense of diaphanous stillness, if you want to call it that it should have. And at the climax, when the cellos are supposed to have the tune da da dum da 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 ya da 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 da, that thing, you can barely hear them. Really, you've got the violins doing a tremolo and the clarinets and low piano, and they're all going wah, 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 wah. It's not. That movement is scored for no heavy brass. It's for a small orchestra within the larger whole, and you would think that you would hear the cellos. The strings have to do it. That climax. If you don't hear them, then it's non-happening. In the finale, he begins with a sforzando thud that Shostakovich didn't write. You have a crescendo. It starts bum, 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 like that. Well, he starts with bum, which is pointless. It's really nice to do what Shostakovich wrote. It's not an important moment, frankly. You can get away with it, but why? When you have so few other ideas that matter, why make an issue of something that doesn't? You know what I mean? And then you're supposed to do the opening tune, da 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 ba ba da da da, that thing, right? And then it speeds up, dum dum bum bum ba da dum ba da dum bum 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 ba da 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 ba 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 da dum ba da dum ba da dum ba 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 da da, like that, sort of, kind of, sort of. Some people make the accelerando, some don't. He doesn't, but he speeds up anyway. All of a sudden, the tempo just doubles. It sounds very, very odd. It really does. I think that there are performances that kind of irritate me because they have no positive ideas, and the ideas that they have sort of detract from anything. Then the rest of the movement just flows along, and the ending comes. And he plays it just straight, just blows through it without any particular feeling for either overwhelming victory or ironic victory. It just doesn't have any character. It really doesn't. And that partly is the fault of the orchestra itself, which, like I said, has wonderful low brass and some good solo winds here and there. They're perfectly competent, but they are not strong and powerful and lacerating as we know this music can be. And that's Sweden's fault. And, you know, when you hear the ninth, and he's really doing good things through a lot of it, I mean, you realize that it's him. It's just him. He obviously has a feel for the ninth, and he has none for the fifth. So there you go. Oh, by the way, I listened to this here. The sound, the sonics, the engineering, they lack brilliance on top. The engineers have somehow done something to the high frequencies. They sound a bit attenuated. And in addition to that, if you get it as a download, you get a muddy and equally characterless performance of the Benjamin Britten 4C interludes from Peter Grimes, which are just not happening. I don't know why that's there, and, you know, I mean, I guess it's a bonus, some bonus. Anyway, I looked at it, you know, as like a download thing, and I saw both of these. So you can get it either way as a download, just this or with the 4C interludes. I don't know why there's a difference. Maybe one of them is sponsored by the orchestra and one of them is on Naxos alone. I don't know. Anyway, you don't need this unless you want to hear the ninth, which you can stream. I would recommend hearing the ninth and avoid the fifth. That's the bottom line. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.